This week, I turned a few watercolor experiments into a mountain landscape in my art journal. I took 2 separate pieces of paper and experimented on both of them using watercolors. I didn't really think much about how I was putting the colors on or where I was going to put them. I knew that I wanted a sun though, so that's why I made that circle. And then I just started putting them on there heavily and fluidly and moving them around to see what would happen. I find this process extremely calming in itself. I also have some watercolors that have a shimmer to them, and I really love using these because it just gives it a whole nother dimension that's fun and relaxing. This is how it looked after it dried. After I got done experimenting with those 2 separate pieces of paper and let them dry, I opened my art journal and started to create a background that looked like almost like a night sky or a sunset. For this, I also didn't think too much about the colors or how I was layering them. I just intuitively let it happen. And then I took those 2 separate pieces of paper and I ripped them into mountain shapes. This is in slow motion showing you how I just go up and down. And if you do it at a certain angle, it will give that white edge that you want when you go to layer them later. This was another process that was extremely calming, and I highly recommend it. The whole point of my videos and my art making layer by layer is to help calm your nervous system, but also to end up with something beautiful that only took 5 to 10 minutes per day. And I find if you just focus layer by layer, making art doesn't feel like a chore anymore. It feels like something that's doable, relaxing, and something that you can be proud of. I'm a busy mom who runs a household, homeschools part-time, and just is busy like everyone else in today's world. So this was the only way I could manage to fit in that creative time, and it has helped me so much. I really hope that this inspires other people to do the same. And my message is it just takes 5 to 10 minutes a day. That's all. Even if those 5 to 10 minutes a day are in the evening when your kids go to bed or you're winding down, it's actually the best time to do it because it calms your brain, it gets you ready for sleep. So for this process, I first laid out how I kind of wanted it to look, and then I took each piece and tucked them into each other. So I just glued the bottom half of those strips so that the other top half was open. And then I slipped each one into there, made sure it looked right. And then as I got all those layers done, I went in and re-glued the top halves so that they all stuck down together. The next day, I went back to my art journal and added the final layer. I was in a craft store the other day and saw these gold flecks, and I thought this would be so fun to use in my art journal. So this is my first time using these, and I'm not even really sure how, but it doesn't matter because my whole thing is to just experiment with things and have fun with it. Again, so it doesn't feel like a chore. So I just used a glue stick and picked little spots on the page intuitively. And then I took tweezers and took little pieces of the gold flecks, stuck them on there, and just kind of broke them up with the tweezer around the glue. And this is how it looks close up. After I got finished with the gold flecks, a word came to my mind. I was feeling a little anxious and overwhelmed that day. And my brain just kept telling me to breathe. And so I decided to write that in the sky to remind me that when things feel overwhelming, just breathe.